This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I have got Sarah Tedford back with me from Rolling with Sarah. How are you this week?
I'm doing good, Kathy. How are you?
Good, good, good. Now, we always talk about accessibility and that sort of thing, and some projects you're involved in with the Lions Club and everything. So can we just, last week you were going to come, but you couldn't come because of the snow. So
Yes.
Speaking of accessibility.
Yeah, wheelchairs and snow do not mix very well.
No, for sure. There's no chains on your tires.
Unfortunately not.
No. So that's in itself, eh? There's days that I'm sure you can't get out because of the weather.
Yeah, winter can be very confining.
Yeah.
I feel trapped a lot.
Yeah, and well, it's a beautiful sunny day. You brought the sun with you today, so thank you for doing that. You just went to Toronto recently and you spoke at the Access annual meeting in Toronto too. So can we talk about that?
Yeah, so Access stands for Advancing Childhood Cancer Experience, Science and Survivorship. So it's a pan-Canadian group that has a network that supports research in all phases of the pediatric cancer journey. So they support research, they support survivors, and everything in between.
And you were the keynote speaker.
I was one along with two other persons with lived experience, yes.
Excellent, excellent. So what did you talk about? It was called Sarah's Journey with Access.
Well, I sort of started with my story and my cancer journey, and then I continued on to what I've been doing in the advocacy world. So my telethon appearances, my website, my accessibility committees that I've joined, and then I went on to describe how important it is to involve persons with lived experience in the research process and what we bring to the table.
Absolutely. I mean, you can talk access and everything like that as an able-bodied person, but unless you're trying to go up, I'm just going to use a ramp, for example. I think we talked about that the last time we were here, the pitch of a ramp. You could have a ramp, but if it's like this, you know, you need it to be a lesser pitch. Yeah.
Extreme wheelchairing is not fun.
No. Again, you don't have chains on your tires and everything. But you do have another wheelchair, too. What did you call it?
I named it Nimbus after Harry Potter's first broomstick, the Nimbus 2000.
For mobility. And it's an electric wheelchair. You say it goes pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a travel buggy Aerolux, and it does get me around, that's for sure.
Excellent. Okay, and this one is, I call them more travel types chairs. They're easier to travel with.
Yeah, it's my manual chair.
Your manual chair. All right. Now, you are also with the Lions Club.
I am.
In Marrickville, too. And you've got a bit of an announcement to make.
Yes, so we're done our first round of the Lions Share, an initiative that supports funding for different community groups who have ideas that they need funded. So we actually had 4 recipients: the Museum Board, the Marrickville Agricultural Society, the Library, and Theatre Night in Marrickville.
Excellent. So in terms of supporting them, how do you do that? Like, is it monetary?
Yes, it's monetary. So they submit an application, and it goes through a committee and goes through the process, and then we choose the best recipients and award them the money to put towards their projects.
Excellent. That's great. So you've been with the Lions Club for how long now?
I think it's been going on 3 years now.
It has, eh? Yeah. Now, do you have a food bank as well there?
Yes, we support the Marrickville Food Cupboard.
That's right. That's great what the Lions Club do too. And how many people members are in the Lions Club?
We have over 30 members now. It's awesome.
That's great. That is really great. And when do you meet?
We meet every third Thursday of the month at the Marrickville Legion.
Excellent. And speaking of the Legion too, it's accessible?
It's accessible. There are some hiccups, but we're working on it.
And with you've got a website too, and it's called Rolling with Sarah too. And you go around to different places and you make suggestions to people how to help.
I do. I try to keep it positive and focus on what could be done and what things that could be changed to make it better, instead of focusing on the negative. So that's the viewpoint I like to present.
And you know what I noticed? You were just at the Bayshore recently too, and so many people don't have is it called an actuator? The button you.
Yeah.
So many people don't have those yet.
Unfortunately, not. But I guess more awareness is needed, education is needed, and hopefully we'll see more in the future.
And you know what I find sometimes too, and maybe it's just my awkwardness trying to, if I'm pushing somebody in a wheelchair, the actuator, can it be on the wrong side?
It can be,
Yes,
and it can
okay,
also
'cause
be
it's like,
so.
oh my goodness, I have to back up real quick.
Yeah,
'cause
it
the
can
door's-
be. Yeah, so the door hits you.
Yeah. So I guess people have to take that into consideration too. But
Yes, the appropriate placement is very important. It's almost as important as the button itself.
absolutely. Now you were at Bayshore and you went to, is it Build a Mountain?
Build-A-Bear
Mountain.
workshop.
Build a Bear. You build a Mountain. That's our food. And you got a wheelchair for your
Yes.
stuffed animals and everything.
I did,
Yeah.
yes.
I think it's so cool. We were talking earlier too about how toys are becoming more inclusive.
It is, it's amazing that every child can see themselves represented. That's so important.
Absolutely. So you got a wheelchair there. I was telling you, I've got a Barbie that is in a wheelchair, and I've got a Barbie that's got Down syndrome, and there's different Barbies out there. You say there's one that's bald that has going
Yes.
through cancer treatment.
It's amazing to see the representation
It
and how
is.
far toys will have come.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea, and it is, and it's inclusive. Yeah, absolutely. So for more information about if people want to learn about Access, if people want to learn about the Lions Club, if people want to learn about Rolling with Sarah, everything you do, how do people get a hold of you?
They just visit rollingwithsarah.com. I would love to see comments in what else they'd like to see, what they think of what I'm doing. Anything's welcome.
Excellent. Now, Merrickville is, like we say, spring is in the air. It's a beautiful day out there. Merrickville gets pretty busy
It does.
in the summertime, too, so there's going to be lots going on. I'm sure you're going to be out and about.
Definitely. We have some Lions events coming up.
Mm-hmm.
On April 18th, we will be at CD Saturday at the library.
Right?
Holding a build your own pollinator garden session from 9:30 to 10, and then another session from 11 to 11:30. And then on March 28th, April 28th, we will have a Big Gardens, Tiny Gardens Big Harvest, which is a virtual gardening session at the Rideau Community Health Services.
Excellent. And that's just on Reed Street, right?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
that's right. And our public library is a beautiful building, too. It's right down by the water.
It is. It was actually purchased by the Lions for
It
the
was.
village.
Wow. Well, good thing you're here to tell people about what the Lions are doing and everything, too. So are you, you must be, are you on the membership? Are you vice president, treasurer, or anything like that? Or
I'm the communications and marketing chair.
community and marketing. I'm going to have to remember that and introduce you as such the next time you come. Because you're
Sounds
going to be a
good.
regular here, right?
I hope so.
Awesome. Well, the weather's nice out, so we should get you back here more regular, too. So thank you very much for coming here today, telling us what's going on in Merrickville, tell us what's going on with the Lions Club, and talking about inclusive toys, too. I think that's awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, I've got Sarah Telford here with me from Merrickville and Rolling with Sarah.